special.
All right, guys, welcome to the Billionaire Mindset podcast.
Welcome.
Today I have Shelbi. She is a piercer for us at Artistic Edition Tattoos. She's been with us now for what?
Over a year now.
Yeah, it's been over a year.
Well over a year now.
All right, so today there's some topics going on around the world. Everybody's hearing some stuff going on. I'm pretty sure everybody's heard about what's going on right now in the tattoo industry. We're gonna pretty much stay out of that because I don't get myself involved into the drama side of it. I feel bad for everybody, you know. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
Put your foot in your mouth, you gotta bite it.
Yeah. Can't control it.
Nah, I can't control it. It's too late now. So let's get on to you. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Let's start with that.
Okay. Well, like he said, I'm a piercer at Artistic Editions. I'm the newest one, taught by the amazing Alicia. Got this opportunity and been going forward ever since. Really excited. I learn more every day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm married. I have one beautiful son, an amazing husband.
He's all right.
He's all right. He's okay.
He's all right. He's all right.
He does what he needs. No, he's pretty amazing. He's especially like when all of this started, you know, the apprenticeship and everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was very supportive always. Like,
and that's a big deal because nowadays, you know, people don't support as much, you know, I'm not going to say, I think more now people support more than they did back in the day, like spouses.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
about equal. It's about equal, you know.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you're making more money than him now, you know. So
yeah,
so it's paying off at the end of the day. You know,
a
like
lot of it's going into savings.
Yeah,
so.
but that's good because you didn't have that income before you started.
Yeah.
And now it's like you're getting these checks. You're like, okay, now we can actually do something.
Yeah. So like his checks go towards bills, make sure everything's paid, and my stuff's like set to the side for like date nights and family outings and things like that.
Yeah,
so
you'll be able to travel and stuff. Plus, you got another baby on the way, so
yeah, it's another thing we got. So
yeah, we didn't talk about that.
It's okay.
Cat's out the bag, I guess.
Yeah. First doctor's appointment is actually this week coming.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh man, have you been having morning sickness and stuff for the first trimester?
Oh my God, all of it. Like it's really gross, but I've never burped so much in my life.
Yeah.
Like even with my son, everything's different this time around.
Yeah.
My body's different, you know, everything's different this time
So what
around.
are you trying? What are you wanting to have?
I want a girl. We really want a girl this time. If it's a boy, it's a boy. You know, we're gonna love him regardless. But
that's how I felt when I had my kids. I don't think I really cared. I had Isaac first, and I want to say I wanted a boy at first, but I can't remember. You know, I don't. But after him, I didn't care.
Yeah.
Like, actually, with him, I didn't care. I didn't care if it was a boy or girl.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it worked the way it did. I got 2 boys, 2 girls.
Mm-hmm.
The boys are older than the girls, so it's like.
Yeah, they always had that
Yep.
protection.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm glad. You know, I had my little boy first. I wouldn't change him for
Nate's in
anything.
boxing and jiu-jitsu, and yeah, he whoop up on somebody. I'll pay the bail.
We're almost there.
Yeah.
We're almost there. I can't wait to put him in sports because he's got enough energy for like the whole family.
Yeah,
right now.
wrestling, jiu-jitsu, like.
I did it.
So
before
look,
I
my
got
buddy
pregnant.
Ronnie Weist, he owns Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
Good dude. I just put Nate into that program for jiu-jitsu, and I'll tell you what, I know your son would love it. He's high energy. He's good with kids. He talks well with them, and they interact a lot. And they do stuff for discipline too, you know. So it gives him discipline and stuff. And I really believe he'd like it.
Oh yeah.
And it's not that expensive.
I don't think he's old enough for any of that yet.
Oh yeah, he is. There's kids that are his age.
4?
Getting it. Yeah, getting it.
Oh.
Because the difference is, he's not the parent, right? Kids listen more to other people than they do ourselves.
I don't know. My kid's a little rebel.
You'd be surprised though.
He's a bad little thing.
But I think because other kids are there doing it, he would do it.
Oh yeah, he'd love it.
Yeah, I think he would. And it's something to burn energy and everything else.
Oh yeah, he loves outside.
And they get to
all that
wrestle
stuff.
like a boy likes to wrestle, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
gets to do that. That's why I put Nate in it, man. I was tired of always having to wrestle with him every night, right? And it sounds like a damn. Look at me, I'm like a ox. You feel me? I'm over here making a house sound like we're falling apart. So, and I don't let him beat me ever.
No.
Nah. Listen, I told him, I said, when you beat me, you beat me.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why he's training too now. He wants to whoop my ass.
One day he will.
He will.
He's coming for you.
He's coming for it.
He's got a lot of little energy, that kid.
And he's strong as an ox too, so it's even worse. And then Isaac beats him up too. He goes after. He just likes getting beat up though. He just likes That's his thing. So, on the piercing side of things, what is it that you like to do the most? What's some of your favorite piercings to do?
Oh my goodness. So like the last time I was on a podcast, I think I said a lot of lips. I still love lips. The Monroe.
What's your favorite exotic? Like, if you had to pick one exotic piercing that a lot of people don't get, but when you do it, it's like, hey, that's my favorite.
You know, it's actually one that's coming back a lot more now that I'm seeing. I'm doing one at least once a day when I'm working. Is actually the septum, which is one of the most difficult ones to do. You know, especially because you can't really see the inside of the nose whenever, and you have to make sure that it's aligned. They have to stay completely still. You got to have everything right whenever you do it. But I'm doing a lot of septums lately.
You know, there's a piercing that went away and it came back and it goes away and it comes back. There's like a few, but the Christina was one. People don't know what that is. That's more like...
That's like under the belt?
Yeah, it's under the belt, above the lips. So it's kind of like a belly button period. Like, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's just decoration, honestly.
Christina's more of a service.
Yeah, it does nothing for anything. It doesn't give you any arousement or anything, but it's like a cool little piercing, you know? It's like an arrow that way.
Right. This is where you're going.
Yeah. Keep going. You got some more
Almost
room.
there.
Guideline. So, yeah, those are cool piercings back in the day. And then labias, we used to do them a lot. I haven't heard or seen anybody come in and get one of them in a long, long time.
No.
I haven't seen... You know, what was another one? What was it? Surface piercings. I haven't been seeing a lot of, like, remember the bars going across the bellies and surface piercings just...
Not big anymore.
Nah, because they reject after time.
Yeah. I get a lot of... it's getting closer to summertime, and I'm getting a lot more bellies. And, you know, the thing about those is it takes a while to heal. You know, you don't want to go swimming for the first few months. You know, you have to be careful when it comes to belly piercings.
And the funny part is, like...
They get them towards summer, but then they're all still big and healing.
Saltwater pools and stuff. Get out of chlorine. You gotta be a little bit more mindful of things.
The best time to get piercings is during the winter.
Best time to get anything is in the winter. It's just a lot of people, except for if you have dry skin. Wintertime can tear you up. Like with me, I have real bad dry skin, so I got lotion up all the time. And in wintertime, I heal horrible. I heal way worse in the wintertime than I do summer. But I don't like getting tattooed in the summer because I have a pool.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of money on that pool.
Remember the last time I went to your pool party, I was sitting in the pool in my arm because I just got it touched up.
I don't want to.
It's terrible.
Yeah. And that's how I feel. I'm like, all summer, I'm like, man, that means I got 3 weeks of not being able to get in this pool. And it's
not
too hot.
It.
No, it's not worth it. Not to me.
Not with that big pool you got.
Yeah. Not with me. I want to be in that pool. And that's my family time. That's like it's the whole reason I did it, because it was like the best investment ever, because the money we spend every summer, right, going places, like going to the beach. You go out to the beach and you got to get your beach tag, your $100 on a beach tag. Then you got to go out there, spend $40 on gas, or $20 on gas, or whatever it is, you know, however far. And then you got to figure the food you got to buy. I mean, don't get me wrong, the fun part is when everybody's there. But I got a whole kitchen outside. Like, we can do the whole grilling, the party, everything right outside. And nobody has to bring, but everybody bring a $5 entree and we just keep it moving.
Right, you know, it's like
that's
just
why
bring something for everybody, and you know, big old potluck.
So we have some announcements coming. We had a meeting today. We have a meeting every Monday, and with the shop, and we had talked about we're going to be doing on June 5th. Was it June 5th?
Yeah.
We're doing a
meet and greet,
barbecue. We're gonna have barbecue. We're gonna have a DJ. We're gonna have a meet and greet.
We're gonna have booths set up for everybody. Yep. Sell merch. Get to know us.
Get to know everybody, because I feel like with everything that has going on, I feel like it's time for like a little bit of, still be cautious. Everybody still wear their masks. If you're coming, please understand. We still want to keep some distance.
As long as, you know, if you're not in a 6 foot distance, you know, got to keep masks on.
And if you're not feeling well, please stay home. Just stay home. At the end of the day, if you're sick, can't come out, let us know. We'll make a plate. We'll send you a plate. Don't worry about that part.
We'll try.
Yeah. So, and I mean, we have some good food, because the people we get to cater for us, trust me, we already got their food. That stuff was, it was just amazing. So we're going to do June 5th. It's a meet and greet for everybody to meet the whole shop.
From the tattoo artists,
because there's so many of us now in there. Like, man, there's so many people that work there now that I just want everybody to know everybody,
Yeah.
and meet everybody, because our vibe there is just so family oriented, and I want everybody to feel it. And then we have something coming up. What is it? What was the other thing we just had a meeting about? I wrote it down.
We wanted to do another photo shoot.
We're doing a photo shoot too, guys. So
Updated photo shoot. Everyone looks a little different. Either whether new tattoos or
Yep.
new hair or.
So what I would like is anybody that is watching or watches this, hit me up. Any good professional photographers. We're
Good
looking.
areas where we can do it. We want something different.
Yep. So if you are, even if you just know places where we can go, because we're going to do individual shoots for everybody, because we're going to do our promotions and our ads and our everything we do for everybody at the shop. But then we're going to do group ones too, and we want to put that on the front of our Facebook page, because we're a big family and we want everybody to see what we are and who we are. Every family has their days where we have our problems, but it's never past that day. And usually by the end of the day, you've been joked on so long that you just give it up. You're like, all right, I gotta stop being an ass now.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah, if I'm
never
not,
know.
yeah, because you never know who's gonna keep coming at you.
Oh Lord!
Don't come in there with an attitude. You'll
like
know
y'all
it.
trying to prank me on.
Yeah.
April
So the other day,
Epic
Shelby,
fail.
so all the bills are paid, automatic bill pay, but the city of Dover, for some reason, we signed up for it like a year ago, and then about 5 months ago we did it again, and they still haven't started doing the debit for the automatic. Yeah, for the electric.
Mm-hmm.
So she has to pay the bill every month, and the month before she did forget to pay it, but I think what happened was the bill got put somewhere and we just couldn't find it or something.
Yeah.
So whatever, no big deal, right? So the second month they came in, she's like, hey, the bill's kind of high. And then she looked at it and she was like, I don't think we paid last month. So I was like, all right. So she was like, well, let me get your card. I gave her the card and she paid the bill.
I know I paid the bill.
So Gracie, the day before April Fool's, was like, let's get Shelby.
I wasn't working that day.
She's like, let's get Shelby. I was like, what do you mean for April Fool's? She's like, let's say the electric didn't get paid. So I was like, all right, cool. I was like, you gotta say there's a yellow slip on the door. I've had that yellow slip before. I know what it's about. So I told her, I was like, tell her it's a yellow slip. So in a group chat, they're like going back saying the electric's off. They don't know why. Pete's all like, I'm pissed. This is crazy. I got clients here. I'm like, I'm calling City of Dover now. And then I'm texting Gracie out of the group message, telling her to say that on the yellow slip it says that the bill hasn't been paid and that's why it's been cut off.
And the whole time this conversation's happening, the group chat on my phone was muted because y'all like to blow up the group chat at like 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I go to bed.
Yeah, we don't.
So I go to bed. So I'm muted at night, so then I don't get woken up.
Yeah.
So that whole morning, I'm sitting in the Starbucks parking lot, waiting in line to get my coffee, and they're just going through. I realized what time it was. It was almost 11. I'll be like, I messaged the group chat. I said, all right, I'm running a few minutes behind. I'll be there. And then I saw my name, and I went, wait a minute. And I went through, and I went, nah, I know I paid it because I know exactly where Larry was sitting. I know exactly what I was doing, and I know I paid it.
All right, she's acting hard now, guys, but let me tell you what she was really doing in the parking lot. She was crying her eyes out because she's
I'm pregnant.
She's pregnant in her first trimester.
Hormones are
and they were getting her, so she was bawling, crying the whole time. So it was a good prank. It was pulled, and it worked. And
I walk in, everyone just kind of stares at me like I'm dumb, and I'm like, "What are you looking at me for? The power's on."
Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good prank. She got you. Besides that, everything was good. And our group messages, guys, are pretty epic.
Oh my gosh, you never know what's gonna happen in those group messages.
You never know.
No.
You never know. I get on my wife's nerves sometimes because we'll be sitting there, and with 4 kids and a baby, it's like hard to have that time where you actually get to watch shows. So we try to take time for ourselves to be able to watch something together. So it feels like we have that.
We get that every night whenever Austin goes to bed.
Yeah, but you guys, listen, I don't have that. Soon as, if she gets Addie to bed at a decent time, here will come Nate or Audrey. Dad.
Oh,
like
no.
They always want something, right? Which is no big deal. It's what you got kids. That's how it is, right? So when you do get time, it's like everything's away. I don't touch my phone. I don't do nothing. But then my phone will be like, and I'll check it. And I'll be bagging up because it's always something stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Like the other day, that's why I was like, I'm not even in this one. I'm just going to get the popcorn.
Right? I wasn't in it. I didn't say nothing. Half the time, I don't even say anything. I just watch what happens.
It was Pete messing with Mel like he always does.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about Minnie Alicia. What did Gracie call her? Minnie Alicia CEO or something?
Yeah, CEO, mini boss.
Mini boss. That's what it was.
She is,
Guys,
I
I'm gonna
love
tell
her.
you what. That's why I say we're the most elite shop, because I feel like the energy and the atmosphere in there is just what it is. It's just a good vibe, good feel. Everybody supports each other. There's moments where people, because something out influences you out in the world, you try to bring it in, and then when you come in the shop, it has to go away because it's like not here. We don't have that energy
Yeah,
here.
it's all mutual respect, and we know who each other is.
Yeah,
And
and we have to work through stuff just like everybody else.
oh yeah,
So, anybody on here have any questions, any concerns, anything they want to talk about with us? I don't know who's on here and who's not because it doesn't show me that part.
don't know.
So, some big exciting news is we are looking for, anybody on here knows, I'm looking for a warehouse. I would love to be 6,000, 8,000 square foot, and I would like for it to have a storefront. And if you don't have one, or if nobody knows one, I'm looking for a build to suit. I have Jeff Garrison from Garrison Homes. Kyle's hooking me up with him. He has a place, but it's right behind Mako, and I don't want to step on Eddie's toes because he's right there with Karma Theory. So I don't want to I don't want to be a dick and open up right next to him. I already did that with Chuck, and it caused problems. When I don't have a problem with Chuck, I don't have a problem with anybody. So I don't want to create a problem over nothing.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of
Locations,
different. Yeah.
you gotta find them. So I try to get the old Toys R Us. Somebody already got it. The old Rite Aid, which is perfect because it's right on the highway. It's a big location, but right now it's under a contract with an auto repair company. So
It's not even. It's just sitting there.
and it shouldn't be an auto repair company on that part of the highway where that's at. That should not be a repair shop. I feel like you got commercial, like there's too many restaurants and stuff right there to put in a. I don't think the city of Dover planned this out. If they approve that, it's like, dang, man, you're going to put smog right next to some good food. Like, you got Rita's where kids and everybody's outside, and now you're going to put that next to it? Like,
Yeah, it's kind of like an eyesore.
yeah, it's just not, I don't know. I feel like a lot of planning and zoning sometimes gets thrown around because it's really by code. It's not really by your preference of what you believe in. It's just by, oh, well, this is zoned this way, so it is what it is. So it sucks. It stinks because there's some spots that I've looked at that we can't get. So anybody out there that knows a spot that's available, 6,000 to 8,000 square foot, preferably from North Dover to Camden. I go to Camden because that's where I live and I like it there. So I go to Camden. I don't really want to go too much further than that because we have the colleges and stuff, and I want to stay near there. The base,
College
no
and
matter.
the base.
The base is Camden's neutral to where we're at. So like you go down 10 from the base, you're right there. So either way, I feel like it's not a bad location. But that's what we're looking for now, and it's just finding the right spot. I have one that I'm not talking about because I don't want somebody else to try to jump on it. But I have one because I tried to get Big Lots a couple of years ago. I lost the Big Lots. It was before it was Big Lots. It was Kmart, and Kmart said they separated the building, gave Big Lots, and then they gave Burlington Co Factory the other half. Yeah, and it's right across the street from the shop, so it was a quick move, transition. People could have still saw it, would have known, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not going to get rid of the shop I have now. I'm going to keep that studio because...
Just because, we're so known there.
Yeah, I've been there 11 or 12
Some other
years.
tattoo artist going to come in and take it over and just take all our shit.
They wouldn't do that. I would probably leave I don't know what I would leave there. The most structured thing, whatever that is. But I really wouldn't want to leave anything and that side of things. Maybe I would just... Honestly, I don't know what I'll do with it. Because I really want everybody that's there now to come with us because I want everybody to be together.
Yeah.
And
we're all like one big.
Yeah. It wouldn't feel the same.
Yeah. All or none.
Yeah, because when I did it before, I opened up another studio. And when I opened it up, everybody, it felt different. Like Pete and Ray were down there. I was over here. And I felt like every time I was just leaving them, like I felt like I was alone, like without them. So I don't want to do that again. But I also want to build this warehouse. I need this warehouse for the supply company, and I need a machine shop. I need a lot of things about to move forward, and I just need it to keep moving forward. So
we got a lot of new stuff at the shop,
a lot of big things coming, and that's why it stinks with this whole situation with Gaston, because it's like I reached out to him. I went down to his shop. You don't know me from Campaign, but I went down there about 2 months ago, try to buy his company. and he didn't even give me time of day. He didn't even talk to me.
Oh,
He
wow.
wouldn't even talk to me.
Damn.
And I'm like, dang, you don't even know the opportunity you have. Like, you don't even know me. Like, I'm only 2 years younger than him, and I looked and I'm thinking to myself, like, if somebody told me they flew all the way here for no other reason just to talk to me about buying my business or even being a partner, I might have took that just because I need to see what the hell you're talking about.
Exactly.
I'm not wasting your time. You're not wasting my time. I'm here. Let's see what you got.
Exactly. Like,
It is what it is, and I hope the best for him, man. I hope he can come back from it. It's a big hit right now, especially.
yeah.
But there's a lot going on in the world right now.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Shoo, I got a pass. We all got a pass, right? Like,
We all got these trials and tribulations, and you never know when one's gonna hit you.
like I don't know what I've ever said, if I've ever said to say offends anybody. If I did, my bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't really have that in me where I think like how he thought. I don't think that way. I would have said it in a different way. I wouldn't have made a gesture like that. I probably would have said something,
Yeah.
but
I would have
not
avoided
like,
the situation altogether.
yeah. But it was just more like, but my thing is the whole thing was driven off of somebody bootlegging your thing, right? Your stuff. People do that every day.
Oh yeah, no matter who you are.
Who you are, I don't care who you are.
Whether
You could
it be your name, whether it be what you wear, whether it be,
Yep.
what you post, like someone's going to take your stuff
if you
and make another account.
even if you're a good tattoo artist to a bad tattoo artist, somebody stole your work and done it, right?
Yeah.
It's just what it is. Like you can't. At one point, you just gotta be like, all right, I'm just gonna do better than they can do, so that way, no matter what, yeah, you can keep that $100 one, but I'm gonna do this $600 one. Like you know what I mean? Like
which one's going to have the better
think boss
the
level.
end.
Think boss level. Get out of that. What happens in life is I feel like, and this happens a lot, and this is why I think I'm just a person who I am, is I don't really get that big headed with it. I don't really care. Money doesn't make me. You know, my family make me. My life makes me. Who I am makes me. Right. So
Everything we do for our families.
yeah, we do it for our family. Like, and I don't want my kids to see something that I did, because I got a pass. Like my past is horrid. Right. If my kids, if technology was around back when I was 16, 17 to 20 some years old,
Like I didn't even get a phone until I was 16, and that's just because
Oh
I went
my
out of
God.
state without anybody.
yeah.
So, growing up, I didn't have any of that. I grew up South Louisiana, Bayou, like right there.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any of that either.
But I feel like everybody's like, if you take even the presidents, right? If you took the presidents, any president that we ever had, I guarantee you, if they could go back to when they were childhood, if they had technology, something would have been said or done
Oh, yeah.
would be offensive. Like Donald Trump when he was like, I don't remember what he said, something offensive about women or whatever, right? I don't really get into politics, but it was just an example. Everybody says something. We all say something. I've probably said something to piss off people. So I just feel like the gesture is probably what really knocked it off the box. And
Not saying what he did was right at all.
No,
But there's better ways of going about everything.
I definitely don't think anything he did was right. I don't think the whole conversation was right. I feel like it looked like a guy that was coming up decided he was bigger than what he was. And
Got scared.
I just started talking shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, fuck them. I'm better than them. Da, da. Like, whatever you felt at that moment, but you paid for that. Now you're paying for that, right?
Yeah, no matter what you have, you can get it all taken away.
All of it. And I feel like we're all learning that the hard way. Because this new day and age, that's why I try to tell my kids. I told Isaac this growing up. That's why he doesn't even really do social media. You got to be careful what you post, man. We've had friends that we know and kids we know that have been in trouble because of social media, right? And half of people, like all these people out here doing stuff, that's how you get caught. Social media, you get caught on social media.
People
Like,
are so stupid.
like you got the government, the police, everybody is
Someone's looking at what
looking
you're
at
doing.
this stuff. There's keywords you say that are going to pop up into a registration. They're going to look through you real quick just to see. Might be skim through, but if they even think of it, they're going to watch you for a minute, right? So you got to be careful on this social media
You
stuff,
never know
man.
who's looking, who's watching.
If you're going to be on here flossing, you better be legal. If you're going to be on here talking crap, you better be ready to bite that bullet.
Right?
So that is what it is, and I just hope that at the end of the day, whatever is going to happen, I hope he's all right, family-wise, because they did threaten to. He said they threatened his family, and I don't give a shit who you are, right? That's some bitch shit.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
you don't threaten man's family. He's got a 2-year-old kid. I'd kill for my family, right? He killed for his family. Like, you don't come to somebody's house and do that. Like, I wouldn't. The soldiers we have, the soldiers that are in this world, they're out here fighting for our freedom, are fighting for their children and our children, right? Like, so why don't you think a person, so going to somebody's house and doing something like that would be unacceptable in the eyes of anybody, right? And I pray that that part of it just washes away and people don't really take it to that level, because that's just a messed up level, man. A personal vendetta against somebody doesn't go to their children. It should never go to their children or their family. Yeah, because they ain't do nothing. That boy is 2 years old. You think he even knew what his dad said? He wasn't even born yet.
Exactly.
That's the only part of that video that I watched that I was like, dang, right? All the rest, it was just like,
it hurts a different spot, especially if you're a parent.
yeah. Because I can look at it as a businessman and I could see where he was coming, where, like, and this is no justification to it, right? But what I saw was the dude mimicked like he was actually in China, like he was in China because they were saying his stuff was made in China, right? And then he was like acting like the stuff was made in China, and he was like, "Oh, this is Thailand right here." But why mock, right?
Yeah.
Why be that bigot of it? So he overstepped boundaries right from the very beginning. He should have just been like, "Nah, this ain't." He could have went from this ain't China made, this is American made, and just stood hard on the behind made in USA type.
Then
level.
he had to mock and made it a whole other situation.
That's where he fucked up.
Yeah.
And I feel like going into it and saying that you had to call your Asian friend to figure out what you did wrong. Come on, brother. Shit. You know what you did wrong. I know what I did wrong when I did something wrong.
Yeah,
Like,
you
we
gotta own
know.
up to what you did.
You know, like you went in a store, you stole a candy bar, you know what the fuck you did. You know what I mean? You ate your brother's burger, you know what the fuck you did. Like, it ain't that serious. You know what you did, just own it. I think if you would have accepted it a little bit better and it just accepted what he did.
Instead of just attacking people.
Nah, he did. I can't say. I'm not gonna say he tacked. What I think he did was he went tactical. I think he went on the defensive side instead of being on the. You know, it is what it is. You did what you did. Accept it, and let me move forward in a progressive way that can help. Show that I'm sorry. Like, yeah, I said it. I did what I did, and I can't come back from that. But what I can do is go forward with it. Let me see what I can do and reach out. And I want to know what you guys believe I should do to make it better, instead of keep saying and then saying I'm not racist. I'm an immigrant too. Like, what? Then who's a racist? People that are from here? Like, so at the end of the day, you just kept digging, digging and digging. You got to stop eventually, and we all need to stop. That's what happens on social media and stuff. And I feel bad because
it's toxic.
I've been in this
No matter what
industry
you do.
20 years. I live and breathe this industry. This is all I know. I don't know anything else. I don't know anything else. There's not much else.
I mean, I'm new to this industry, but everything that I've learned since being here, you know.
It's a community. It's a community of people that believe 100% what we're trying to do is just create art and freedom of speech through art, right? And just empowering people, man, to help people get over things, right? Like, a lot of people will come in for a tattoo or a piercing because they're going through a breakup or they need something to talk about. Like, we're therapists at the end of the day.
Yeah, I get a lot of people that come in and be like, well, you know, one question I always ask is, what made you want to get this piercing today? And I'll be like, oh, I just went through a breakup, or I just needed, you know, a break, or I wanted something new, you know? And, you know, sometimes I'll come in with an idea and then we switch it up.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's exactly how it is too, though. Like, so when people come in for a tattoo, I'll give you an example a lot. I got a lot of examples, but one recently, they were breaking up. She broke up. She was going through not just a breakup. She also had a friend that she got a tattoo with. The meaning of the tattoo was deep with her and her friend. Her friend said something that can't come. I'm not going to put on there what her friend said because I don't want that to be out there. That's between me and her and our tattoo and the design of the tattoo. Because I tell my stories through my tattoo. Like, when you look at my tattoos, you see them done. What you don't understand is there's a story behind all of my tattoos. I don't really just do a tattoo to do a tattoo. I do some because I've been tattooing so long, and I have some clients that just want a tattoo, but most of mine are a story tattoo, and they mean something. So her story was her best friend since they were babies, said something that you can't come back from, and it hurt her so bad. And I can understand, because being a parent, I can understand. So she wanted to cover it up. right? So that meaning behind that cover up is a closure for her, right? It gives her closure on the fact, like, okay, you went from being my best friend to somebody I know now. Like, she doesn't hate her. She doesn't wish any ill intentions. She just doesn't want to be associated with her no more.
And that's honestly the best thing, you know, especially when it comes to situations like that. You know, you hold on to all that. I held a grudge. I'm not going to say that it's gone, but I held a grudge for so long against a person that's in my life. And, you know, you hold that grudge and you hold that grudge, and it weighs on you. You know, it's not just affecting, you know, it's affecting how you feel. Yep. It's affecting how you talk to other people. It's affecting how you embrace other people, you know, and it can hit that deep.
Your judgment is way off because you're thinking what you thought at that moment for that person, and you bring that energy to your next one. Just like a relationship. You break up with somebody, the way that person treated you or the way you were, if you bring that into this relationship, you're going to screw this relationship up because you're going to automatically think that that person is going to create the same energy that you are.
And I've been in that situation.
We all have. We got to learn to go from it. Hell, I've got some deep, dark past from relationships, you know, kids and all that stuff like that should have broke me and not think the way I think anymore because some of the closest people to me, like people I would have killed for, did stuff to me and did stuff against me that I never in my life would have imagined because that's not who I am, and I would have never done that to you.
Yeah, I know when the situation happened, like everyone started to turn against me, and I was the one trying to make the situation better.
Yeah, but
I never really understood. But
and it's not. And what you do is you learn from it, right?
Exactly.
You learned a lesson, you figured something out from it, and you grow from it. Like at the end of the day, you're still who you are. As long as you don't change who you are in a bad way, you just go positive. Like,
exactly. Like I've grown so much since all of the situations that I've been through. You know, everyone goes through their certain hardships. Everyone goes through something, but it's never anything you can't handle.
Man, you grew since you've been with us.
Oh yeah, I'm a completely different person than when I started. When I started, I was quiet.
Yeah.
I had a lot of bent up anxiety, depression. I was going through a lot.
Emotional wreck at that moment.
Yeah, I was.
Because you were trying to find yourself. I feel like you were trying to re-find yourself again. You lost yourself for a while, probably through your breakup and all that, and then you moved to a state you know nobody. You left your family behind. You got a kid and a husband. It was just a big transition.
Just trying to figure out where I belonged at that point.
Yeah, and it's like that. We're in a military and college town, right? So it's like that's basically 90% of my clientele is
exactly
finding themselves again, and that's why I help.
My clientele too. I get a lot of people from base, and you know, I'm in all the different community on Facebook and stuff, and you know, I see everything on there. So like, I get a lot of clientele from that as well, and it's just something that we have mutually in common.
Yeah, and that's a good part. Is like, that's why I said tattooing and piercing in this community is just like a great community because I feel like tattoo artists are already judged because of what we look like. Like we have all these tattoos. You look at us, you're like, oh, they're a thug. They're this, that, and the third. Then when you talk to us, you're like, oh shit, they're good people.
Yeah, they're just normal people.
The normal people with normal.
We just wear art on our skin.
Yeah, everything about us. Like most of my stuff is junk. I'm not gonna lie. I got all this stuff when I was old as crap.
I know. You said multiple times if you could just take it off and redo it, you'd do it over
I got
again.
my mom tattoo. I got that on. I got that on Mother's Day for her.
My mom's handwriting.
My daughter's name in there, and I got my son's name.
Son on my leg.
Yeah, so like I got some meaningful tattoos, but most of them are just tattoos. I got when I was young. I started when I was 14. I'm 42.
Yeah.
This is before the art became the art that it is today. Yeah. Like this is when you go into a shop and everything was on the walls. And you just pick, oh, I'll take number 42. Yeah, right there, that one.
Yeah, right. Like, that's and before I started at Artistic Editions, I never knew, like, so I come from a town where there's still a lot of all of their new stuff. We have a lot of tattoo artists back in town. But like I told you the other day, there was this one tattoo studio. When I was in high school, I heard so many bad things about this tattoo studio. Yeah. And now I look back at them now, and they have a 5-star rating, and they're doing amazing. Everything's cleaner and things. And, you know, during these times, you know, tattoo, it's just grown.
And a big part, and they're a big part of the community. Like they have their supply company. They have very good artists working for them. It's the growth, right? You start off like, you look back at me 20 years ago when I started, I had bad reviews. Man, Listen, if you didn't come in before 7 o'clock to come get tattooed by me, my ass was drunk. Fucking drunk or high. And don't get a tattoo because I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing at that moment. Like, it was just that. So, but then I ended up losing that shop because I went through some stuff with my ex-wife and got divorced, lost the house, lost everything, right? Opened up my next shop. Same thing. I was still partying all the time. Still, by 7, 8 o'clock, if I wasn't done tattooing, I was already licking. I was already drinking something. Stayed with a bottle. Always had a bottle in the shop. So it was bad. Like, I thought differently. I worked differently. And it wasn't a standard. It was more of a living. Like, some art, because it's like drug money, man. You make so much money, and it's like drug money. You just want to keep going, right? And tattooing, like, make $400 or $500 a day is easy. Like, it's not hard. It's just go do it. Like, okay, let me go work a couple more hours than I regularly would. I make a few more $100. Like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. Where you live that lifestyle and you want to party with that lifestyle, it's a bad lifestyle. Like, we're going out every night. Monday night was because back about 10 years ago, Dover was like popping. Well, you had Bubba's, you had
I don't know any of this because I just got here 3 years ago.
So you had like Bubba's, you had Irish Mike's, you had McGlynn's, you had Fraser's, you had all these spots, right? But what they did was they pretty much all did their own at days. Like, one would have Monday, one would have Tuesday, one would have Thursday.
They were in sync. They knew what they were doing.
Smithers, all of them. Man, every night we were somewhere. Every night. Thank God, knock on wood. That's why I said the other day with DUIs, I don't know how to God I didn't get a DUI as much as I was drinking back then. But I didn't drive too, though, a lot. But I did drink and drive.
That's one thing I can never say that I've done is I've never drank and drive. My mama always drilled in my head. I never even started drinking until I was 18. And that was just like a little bit of wine, like here and there. But that's one thing my mama said. You have one sip of anything. You're not going nowhere. You're not driving. Wherever you're at, you're staying.
Yeah, that's how it should be because, man, like, you drinking and driving, the charges that come with that if you hit somebody or do something wrong, or, man, it's just not worth it.
You never know what you're going to do, whose life you're going to take.
So, on something else. What were we just talking about before that?
I don't even remember.
So anyway,
one thing after another.
Don't forget June 5th, guys. June 5th. June 5th. We are doing the meet and greet. Some merch. What would you guys like to see for merch too is another thing for all of our people, for everybody, the piercers, the tattoo artists, the microbladers, the eyelash extensions. What is it that you guys would like to see for some?
Give us some ideas.
Some ideas.
Tell you, I'm stuck.
For merch, and put it in the comments, and even if it's later and this is already aired, the comments will still be there. We can look through them later, or message me. Let us know, because that's the one thing we want to do is make sure we have the merch that you guys would like to have. Gear is easy, but if you want gear, let us know, and we can also pre-order stuff. So if you just tell us what it is size-wise, we can get you some stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, I have a Facebook page too. I have Piercings by Shelbi on Facebook, so you need anything, any questions.
Instagram too.
Ideas, yeah. Instagram, Facebook, I have both. So
and shop, you can hit the shop up too. You can hit all. There's so many there. Any way you reach out to us, one of us will see it. Because between
someone will figure it out.
There's me, you, Allison, and Alicia, and I think Pete is in there. No, I don't know if Pete's on there. I don't think Pete has a Facebook. That's why I think.
No, Pete doesn't have a Facebook.
Just Catherine has one, so I don't think he has. He used to have one, and I think they merged it together, and then finally he was just like, I don't even want one. Yeah. He just strictly uses Instagram.
I don't know. Yeah, I know he uses Instagram.
That's because it's email. A lot, man. It's a lot when you platform when you're doing a lot of client, like when you have clientele hitting you like they hit us. It's a lot, man. It's a lot to try to keep up with Facebook, Instagram. Like I have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok. I got everything, right?
Oh yeah, I haven't posted on TikTok in forever.
I haven't either. I've created an account, and then my daughter created it for me, and somehow or another, it's in my ex-wife's message. Like it's her. Like she can log in. I'm like, what? So I was like, all right, well, let me just start a new one. No big deal. Hi, Catherine. So I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, you know what? I'll just get another one. And so I ended up making another TikTok, and I only have probably about.
I have a little over 200 followers, but that's not a lot.
No, and I don't post on there like that.
Yeah, no, I did at one point. I tried to do all those little dances, but I just look retarded with my kid running in the background.
I don't even do that. I need to post and do some more just to get it out there because. But I'm more of a behind the scene guy. Everything I've built, I've built my empires off of no social media.
I'm like always on my phone, but like posting stuff myself. I look at stuff, you know, I watch videos. Like I'll be on TikTok for like an hour, just sitting there swiping through what I want to watch.
Get some ideas.
Yeah, but when it comes to like posting and taking pictures, it's just like, whoop. That's not what I'm worried about in that moment in time, you know.
Corona brought me out of hiding behind the camera. Yeah. That's the only reason I'm out in front of the camera now. Because I could have done all this with no camera. Mm-hmm. That was my plan at first. And then 4 months of not working and trying to figure stuff out, I was like, you know what? Throw a camera in front of me. Yeah. And now look at me. Now I'm here. So, welcome, guys. And what we're doing this year and next year is going to be bigger than anybody can imagine. I still have the TV show coming. I'm waiting on vaccines. I wait. My wife works for the VA hospital, and they did just pass something where spouses now can get vaccines from, but it's not until after the 6th or something like that.
On base, they don't even have the first set right now.
They will soon.
I mean, yeah, but right now all they have is the second dose. I know my husband's scheduled to get it at some point.
I know some people are like, oh, vaccine. Listen, I don't really care at this point. The only reason I'm doing it is because I got too much going on, and if I don't get it, then I don't get to do what I want to do, right? And it's called adulting at this point in my life. It's not about who's right. Parent. It's not about who's right, who's wrong. The government. I'm not a conspiracy theory person. I'm not that person, right? I am just me. Listen, I'm an A, B, C kind of guy. If I got to do it because I want to travel, I'm going to be having to go over here. I'm going to be going a lot of places where I'm not going to be able to go, right? Mm-hmm. Or I'm going to have to go through hell and high water to go. I'm not doing all that.
Not everyone's going to get it anyway. At that point, we're just going to need herd immunity.
Yeah, and I'm going to be able to do the TV show without having to wear the mask. Like, I want you to be able to look at me. Look at his beautiful face.
I watch TV nowadays, and, like, everything looks so weird because on TV, no one's wearing a mask. And I'm like, this is not right, and it's just.
Yeah, my wife watches. We have, like, 4 shows, and we have ones that we watch the most. We have Blacklist, SEAL Team, Resident, and probably if I had to say the other one it's another doctor show. I don't know. She's at the hospital, so whatever. So, but she's watching. She's like, they're not wearing a mask. Why are they not wearing a mask? I'm like,
this was filmed back in 2019.
No, they got vaccines.
Oh, they got vaccines. Yeah. So, and at that point, they have to quarantine before they film anyway.
Yeah. So they'll do and that's what I think they're going to do with me. I think we're going to end up having to do like rooms where it's like everybody in that room is vaccinated, and then whoever isn't, that's when I have to put a mask on or whatever. So, and I don't even know what the show is going to be about yet. I just know it's coming, and
it's going to be interesting.
Spike's going to just call me one day, be like, all right, we're going to be starting production soon, and I just got to be ready for it. That's all. Like, I don't know when. I don't really care when. I just know it will, and I just let him do that part. Sure. So, with that, what do you say? You'll be wearing a mask? You're not getting a vaccine? So my son, he said he ain't getting no damn vaccine. He's behind the camera. He said he don't need no damn vaccine.
He's gonna be like those little ghost shows, just sitting off in the corner in a different room.
He's a grown. He's 18 years old. He can make his own decision. I wouldn't make him get the vaccine if he don't want to get it.
I'm weary about it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm weary about it.
You can be. Listen, anybody can be.
I don't like shots as it is. I couldn't even get shots until after I had my son. Had to be poked so many damn times.
Because my wife got it, my mother got it, my in-laws got it. It can be microtechnology. See, here we go with some conspiracy theory. Real people say everything.
Right, like they're always going
anybody talking should be real. If they're not, that's some good technology, right? You can be good. Too. Listen, hey, brother, listen. If you don't want to get the vaccine, don't get it. I would never tell you to get a vaccine if you didn't want to get it. Okay, that's your decision.
The only one that I think that I've gotten is the flu vaccine, and that's because, my son has to get it for school. Like, that's the one thing that they're like, you need to get.
Oh, we all get that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's just another flu shot to me. At the end of the day, that's all I feel like it's going to be. And if I don't have to worry about getting the virus and I can go international, because I have to do a lot of international flying. Like, I'm not going to be in the United States. Mm-hmm. Some of my manufacturers are in like Thailand. I have one in Germany. I have one they're everywhere. Like, I got to go there and talk to these people and sit down with them because exclusive deals don't get done over an iPad or over the email. Like, you got to sit down with these people and talk numbers and get numbers to put together and sign some kind of contracts. So it takes, I like to do that stuff in person. I'm not a person that, if I can't look you in your face and you can't tell me it, I don't want to do it. Exactly. Because I want to be able to shake your hand as a man and be like, this is how we're going to make this work. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, I'm going to be traveling. So I'm getting the damn thing, and it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And for everybody that doesn't want to get it, God bless you. I'm not against you any way, shape, or form. Like, my son ain't getting it. He's got a whole conspiracy theory. I don't know what his theory was. You heard him. He's like, real people said this stuff is government something. Okay.
They got a little chip. I've heard that one, too. That got me, because there was a lot of people that said it, too.
Listen, we're chipped anyway. We walk around with a damn iPhones and Samsungs and every damn thing. Listen,
everything's looking.
We fart and they know. Like, yo, like, she didn't wipe her ass after that one. That was wet. They know everything.
They do.
Shit.
They do. Like, I'll see my phone and I'll see my little Bixby thing pop up at the bottom, and I'm like, this bitch listening to me.
If you're on Instagram talking shit, like,
they gonna know.
They already do.
Yeah. We always being watched. You never know what the hell they record.
Shit, sometimes I think they know my thoughts. You know? I'm like, I want a strawberry donut today. And next thing you know, Dunkin' Donuts be on my page. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? I didn't even say it out loud. Shit, I was dreaming about it.
You never know. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'll talk about one thing. Like, as soon as I...
that's called targeted marketing, though.
Yeah.
So that's real. And I know because I pay for that.
Mm-hmm. Before you brought that up, like, it would freak me out. Like, I would talk about something, and then later on, I'd be scrolling through Facebook and see an ad for it. I'm like, all right, this is kind of sucks.
It's expensive, and it's a lot of learning, and there's companies out here though that do that effortlessly. They know it's keywording. It's just keywords. You just gotta know.
Tell you how creepy that shit is.
It is creepy. But anybody say tattoo, and if I want you to know me, you gonna know me.
Right. You never know.
Yeah, that's just how it should be though. Like, but see, I'm more about growing the tattoo shop for you guys than me, because that's not.
You've always said that.
I'm just on the business side of things. Tattooing is just, it's been a passion of mine because it helps me with my depression. It helps me, like, the storytelling and stuff, and I feel like it's gotten me to where I'm at today because of that. So I'm always going to love it, and I'm always going to want to have a tattoo studio. I don't care if I have 100 supply companies all over the world. I'm still going to own a tattoo shop somewhere where I can come home and just sit
at the end of the day.
And just sit there with everybody I love, like, hey, and have conversations and talk shit and still be me. Because that's all I'm ever going to be. I'm just going to be who I am. I'm going to be I think I'm more laid back than most people, but I also have a standard. So I think that's where we're at. And everybody at the shop knows it, and we all work together great that way. So that's why I want to keep that.
One of us is slacking, someone's going to let you know.
Ain't that the truth? You get known quick. Especially Pete. Pete will let you know quick.
Oh, my God, Pete.
Pete will tell you.
Pete's great.
Pete will tell you about yourself quicker than a blink of an eye.
Oh, my gosh. He keeps you on your toes. You never know what's going to come out of his mouth.
Hell no. You don't even know if it's true.
No. When I knew Pete was in the message, that's when I was like, I don't know if this is real or not. And then you didn't seem like you were all that mad.
I
know when you're mad. You know, we know.
I was like, I'll just call the city. I didn't know what to say because I was like, I'm not trying to get involved in it, because if I get too involved, then they're going to be like, oh my God, because you could read me. I don't really have that in me like that.
I was like, if he really wanted to call me, he would have called me. Like, if I really would have fucked up, he would have called me.
Pete,
so it was all
oh yeah, I would have definitely called. It would have never went in the group message.
Nah.
Unless I didn't know who did it. But I already know who pays the electric bill. So I'm like, all right, I already know who pays the electric bill. And I remember sitting in the chair and you saying, hey, I need a debit card to pay the electric bill. And you were like, I don't think I got paid last month.
So I looked at it and I was like, that's a little high.
And you were like, what do you do? I was like, just pay the whole thing. I remember the whole conversation.
Oh, yeah. I remember where you were sitting, what I was wearing, what you were, and I was like, all right.
That's why I was like, that's why I didn't get involved in it, because I was like, she might, I don't know if she remembers that whole conversation. I do.
Oh, yeah.
And then I even told Gracie that. I was like, she remembers all that. And then Cynthia was like, maybe somebody just got an April Fool's electric bill or something like that, or something stupid.
I was like, girl, shut up. And then Allison didn't know what was going on, but she had my back. Allison's like, I know.
I seen her pay that bill.
She was all on me. She was like, yeah, I know she did it. This is crazy. Something fucked up. And
Somebody,
I was like,
they must have messed up. I seen her pay that bill.
right. She submitted it. I was like, okay, you should have got the email. I'll be there in like 3 minutes.
I got the email.
And by then, like, everyone was already tattooing, and I was like, oh, well. Y'all tattooing in the dark. Y'all tattooing in the dark.
Yeah,
It ain't my fault.
That was a good one. Oh, that was crazy.
Later in the group chat, I post a picture of Starbucks line and see this is what I was doing when y'all was trying to prank me.
Yeah.
That made the name.
How long have we been going?
Almost
50 minutes. So, guys, today's episode was more of just talking with Shelbi, getting you to see who she was and understand what she likes to do for piercings. So if you want to follow her, you go on Instagram or Facebook. It's just Piercings by Shelbi with an I, not a Y. So it's SHEBLI.
You got that all wrong. You write my text and you said that wrong.
SHELBI.
There you go.
I did. I put the L. What did I put the B before the L? I did some shit. Anyway, I should know it. I write her check every week. Yeah, so just go on any social media, Instagram, Facebook, follow her. We're going to do another podcast. I'm probably going to do another podcast here in a few minutes. I want to do one just by myself because I don't want to bring her involved in some of the political side of things with what's coming with the tattoo industry and what I'm doing right now with that part because that really had nothing to do with you. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to, this is more just me.
Yeah, it's good to sit around and talk about things, because especially with everything going on, you never know how people view it. And at this point, you just sit back and you watch everything happen, and it baffles me, everything that's going on.
Yeah, there's a lot moving around right now, and we're in the middle of big movements, and I don't want to stop that. And my movement is just trying to involve everybody. It's not like I'm trying to come into the industry and just take over the supply company, right? I'm trying to involve everybody. Mm-hmm. I want the best of the best in my company. And I want to sell their product, but I want to go on a bigger level. So when I grow, they grow, right? If I'm over here spending 50 grand with you, 100 grand, 200 grand, like you're growing while I'm growing. I just want to have an exclusivity with certain people. That's all. Mm-hmm. There's a couple companies I want to just
the people who want to grow the right way.
Mm-hmm. Because it's just about undercuts, man. People undercut. I see it happening. I see it happening right now. I know a couple people selling some high ticket price items that belong to good companies, and you're selling them for like 30-40% different price. Mm-hmm. It's like, why are you doing that? Like, why would you devalue that company when that company sells that at a price because they're an elite, because they're a good company? They stand behind their quality and their brand. So that's where I just want to help with that part and work with that part in that company's.
A lot of these companies, it's not a tattoo person behind it. It's just someone selling it, and
I'm going all the way from I want to be able to handle where
you being a tattoo artist yourself, what the pay is, what they can afford, what kind of stuff that they need.
And I want to make sure you can get stuff from a reasonable price to the elite price. Like, I don't want to just be at the high price ticket price and not be able to let you get some of the good stuff too down here, because there's more artists that can't afford the bigger tickets than there are people that can't, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to sell way more, in my opinion, $250 machines than you will $1,000 machines.
You got to think about the artists.
You got to think about the artists. It's not about making the money in me. It's about, okay, I can supply thousands of good artists at a price where they can afford it because they live in a place where they don't make the money, or they have a studio where it's just them, and they have bills, or they're coming out of this recession or this pandemic and don't have the money to afford to get back on their feet. Let me help you. Like, that's what I'm doing. For sure. So that's what I'm moving forward.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And that just stinks because FK Irons was one of the ones I was trying to do it with.
Yeah.
But if he's still up and wanting now, I'd still buy the company. I'll just throw my PR company in there and just fix that nightmare that's going on right now. Definitely. That's about it, because it's a lot of money about to be lost in that company. Mm-hmm. And it sucks because it is a shame. It was a sign, though. It's a sign. I remember I said that, and I got it on a video because I'm doing a documentary, and everybody knows I'm doing a documentary on becoming a billionaire. So I have I did a video right out in front of the FK Irons building, and I was like, you know what? It's just the fact that he didn't want to talk, or I don't know what happened here, but I can tell you this much: it's for a reason. I don't know what the reason is, and I said it on the video. I was like, I don't know what the reason is. I don't know what's going on, but what I can tell you is it happened for a reason. I'm still down here. I'm gonna have it the rest of the day. I'm gonna have a good day. Went shopping, day drunk. Haven't done that in a long time. I was walking around. I kept going to in between these restaurants. There's little bars and stuff. I use COVID, so nobody's in. So I just walked around with a plastic cup, and every time they give me a cup, I would just pour it in my cup and then walk out.
Wasn't that the cup from the hotel?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You saw it.
Oh yeah.
One of the recent pictures I posted was that cup. I had that cup still. I just kept filling it back up. I was like, shit. Had a good time. And I was in the stores.
Street.
I was in the stores. Oh, I was acting a hot mess. I'm just a happy-go-lucky drunk. I'm not one of them angry people. I had a good time.
That's good. That's always good.
All right, guys. Well, we've been on this podcast for like an hour now, and only one person commented. We still love all y'all. Oh, yeah. We did have a lot of people come in and look for a few minutes, and I hope that you got something out of it. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, Shelbi is a Piercing Conditions. If you don't know, you should know. And you should go follow her. It's Piercings by Shelbi with an I. And go follow her. Give her a like. Hit her up if you want some piercings.
Definitely.
And that's about all we got for today. And she is having a baby. She's only
in her first trimester. Still early.
So she's got some time. So, you know.
Get in before I'm out for a month.
At least a month.
At least, yeah.
At least a month. You'll be out for a couple.
I'm going to try not to be.
Oh, you got to have a babysitter.
Yeah. But I got a lot of friends.
A lot of friends?
A lot of friends.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's good to have friends.
Oh, yeah. I got a few friends that would help out.
Your mom probably come up for a while, too.
Oh, yeah. She ain't got no choice this time around.
Yeah.
She missed my last one.
What about your husband? Does he have a family close?
No. Everyone's in Louisiana.
All
oh, yeah. Guys? Everyone's in Louisiana. So, I don't know who's planning on coming up, who's not, but he gets 20-something days off of work.
Yeah.
Paternity leave.
I thought they gave more than that now.
No.
No? Oh, dang.
It's only like 22, 28, something like that. Yeah. A little less than a month. 3 weeks.
They better take it.
Oh, yeah. He's going to take it all.
Yeah. You better.
Oh, yeah. Because I'm going to need it.
You're going to need that help with your son, too. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot to take on.
We're going to keep him in school, though, because adjusting.
Even with school, though, like, when he gets out, like, it's a big adjustment.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Especially for him. Being an only child and going to having another one, he's going to feel like, he's being neglected.
That's why we're trying to do so much with him now. I definitely would have started doing, like, kind of like a documentary of, like, especially, being in this industry, being pregnant, already having a kid, just that kind of lifestyle in general, I feel like doesn't get put out there a lot with just everyday people. You see it with the celebrities and stuff, but that's a different kind of lifestyle than just regular.
Honestly, a celebrity is a regular person.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, they are.
The only difference is they have a little bit more money than you. That's all. So at the end of the day, do the documentary. Show people because it is a lot. Listen, I'm a father of 4, and my wife works so much. She works a lot. So it's like I have to do most of the work until she gets home, right? And don't get me wrong, she puts it in. She does a lot of work. I give it to her because she goes to work all day, and she gets her ass whooped all day, comes home and still works her butt off when she gets home.
I always talk about how amazing she is.
But the thing is like, I do the same thing. So it's not like we both know it's just what we have to do, right? It's not like we're like, oh, you're doing less of me or whatever. It's just we know we go gotta
being
put this
parents
work.
And you gotta work.
So the documentary is great because I feel like that's what a lot of people have to understand is like you could start off in this industry. Eventually, you're gonna have kids. Eventually, you're gonna grow up. Eventually, you're gonna do something. Like most of the people at the shop right now, Alicia, Gracie, Mel, Dom, none of them have kids yet. Once they have kids, they're going to see the difference in life. It's going to change a lot. Can change for the better, though, because then you start saving more money, too, because you're like, oh, I got to save for them. I got to put away for them. I got to be ready for them. Like, it helped me because it put me a little more humble. And shit, if I didn't have these 4 kids, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. I know I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know where I'd be if I didn't have my son. Everything that I do is for my son. Giving him that life that he deserves.
That's the part of the industry that I want to bring in. And that's a lot of what I'm going to talk about today on the podcast. After this one, I'm going to do one is more about like what you don't see in the tattoo industry, what people don't really understand.
Life behind the scenes.
Yeah, because it's a lot behind the scenes, a lot. Like, the one biggest thing I see is I'm starting to get to the point now where I only draw a day of. And the reason why is because we're so busy in life. Like, man, I got 2 kids that play. One plays softball, one plays baseball, one's in jiu-jitsu. And I got that going on all time, right? Like, after this podcast, I got to go get ready and then take him to practice. And then I got to still catch up on drawings that I've been trying to get done and I haven't had time to get done because we work all day. When we get to the shop, you pretty much, as soon as you walk in the door, you're tattooing.
You cleaning, you're tattooing.
You clean your room, you tattoo, right before you leave, you do whatever you got to do.
And most of us come in early so that when they have time, we sweep, we mop, we wipe everything down,
It's just a lie. It's a process. And then you tattoo all day. And the only time you really get time to talk back to somebody through a message is when you're either eating, using the bathroom, or just took a break because your customer needed one. Your client might have needed a break for a cigarette or something, right? I don't smoke, so I don't really take cigarette breaks, but they might. And that'll be where I'll message a couple people. So we multitask, but it's a lot of work. And
you got to realize, like, when we message you back, we're in between or we're at home with our family,
But we love our clients. That's the thing.
Absolutely.
It's like we love you guys. We try to get back to you, but we can't help the fact that we miss some, especially if you get 50 to 100 messages a day. That's a lot. I pretty much exclude 90% of my messages.
Yeah, like, we're not trying to ignore you.
Yeah.
We love everybody.
But when you go back and then you're talking to John or Heather and you remember the conversation, but then their Instagram is like Jake, Bob, Henry. It's like, where's your fucking name, man? Like, how come I can't find you under your name?
I've got some weird names and people, and I go back and I'm like, okay, did they sign up for this? And I'm like, okay, where are they? And I gotta click, and I'm like, nope, that's not them. Go back, click a different one. That's not them.
Spent 30 minutes doing that shit.
Oh yeah.
One day, me and Pete we're leaving for Florida to go down to Florida for that meeting, and he's looking for a message and I'm looking for a message, and we scrolled and scrolled and scrolled because he forgot to put the number in the appointment or something because he put it in. That's why I don't put none of my own shit in. But he said, I can't find it, and I mean, he looked probably for about an hour, could not find that damn. Yeah, so it does. It's a lot of work. So just know, guys, we do work our butt offs for you guys, and we try to get back to you guys. And if we don't, we're sorry. If we haven't got your drawing, don't worry. The day of or the day before, you're going to get fired regardless because we're going to put all our heart into it.
Oh, yeah. That's one thing that I can say about the shop is I've never seen such beautiful artwork come out of one shop. Everyone's got their own different niche that they have,
Their own style, everything about them.
Exactly.
Their own personality.
Each time you come in for a different tattoo, it's going to be something beautiful, something different.
Yep. So, guys, that was our podcast for today. Thanks for having Shelby. She had a blast.
Oh, yeah. It's always good to just sit and talk.
Yep. We don't get to do it a lot.
No.
We are usually working our butt off, and with the way the state has us set up, we're in a Democratic state, so it's very tight here.
It is.
Very tight, like very tight. And plus we're in the president's state. The president lives here, so it's even tighter than a squirrel's butthole right now. So
terrible.
It is, but it is what it is, and we're making it work. We're abiding by all the laws they give us because we want to stay open. We want to create artwork, and we want to be able to support our family, just like we want you guys to be able to support your family.
Exactly. We're here for you, but you also have to be here for us.
We took a hit. The whole state took a hit, and we're starting to see it come back, and I'm loving the positivity and the growth in everybody. So.
Exactly. We're starting to book up, which we greatly appreciate.
I think
tattoo books are closed.
May, I think, is all the way booked pretty much.
April, I know,
April's
is booked.
Booked all the way.
Yeah, everyone's got pretty much covered. If you're lucky, you might be able to get an hour or two.
Yeah, so that being said, let's just get that out the way. All of April books are closed now.
Yeah.
We're on May. And
May's working on almost closed.
Yeah, May's almost closed, and part of June for some artists. I think Pete's almost booked out until July.
Yeah,
I think I'm booked almost out till July. I don't really know. I don't remember. I know I was booked out because I was looking. I was like, and I don't really book out much because I only usually do my regulars, and
not a lot of new clients.
I don't take on new clients too much. I let everybody else get them because
Gracie's books are closed right now. She's got
closed.
a lot on her plate.
Yeah, she's got too much on her plate. She's trying to organize it up.
Yeah, she's getting back to everyone as soon as she can.
She even hired an assistant to do it.
Yeah, she's hustling.
We're trying. Everybody's trying. Everybody's, figuring out their niche and what works for them.
You just got to give them time to get back to you.
I close my books unless you got a story to tell. If you got a story to tell, I'll do it. But if it ain't a story, I ain't doing it. If you're calling me for a flower, hit me up to do some regular stuff. Unless I've already tattooed you and I've been tattooing you or your family or somebody, I'm not tattooing you.
Yeah.
I'm not. Just not. I got too much going on right now to tattoo somebody just to tattoo them. But I love you guys. Love you guys deaf, and I have artists that will tattoo you just to tattoo you. Because Gracie don't care about the meaning behind it. She cares about the art behind it. So hers is more like, give her some dope-ass color portraits or some black and gray portraits, and she'll do that. She loves
to have a little bit of free reign, but I'm telling you, she puts that free reign on there, she's going to make it into something amazing.
Yeah, if you let her do her spin. Pete loves his portraits. He loves his black and gray realism. That's where he wants to stay. He wants to do more of portraits. So I'd say let's get him booked in for them. Don't hit me up for portraits. That's not what I do. I'll do a portrait, but it's not what I do.
It's got a little bit of color coming out.
Yeah, I'm a storyteller. I'm a storyteller. That's just what I like to do. Besides that, that's all we got. And don't forget to come get your piercings before she pops the baby out.
Yes.
All right, guys. Love you. Thanks for coming.
Bye. Thanks, guys.
See you.